it out so everybody can join in here. 1 second. Do 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 do. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right, well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today. So happy Monday, everybody. Happy holiday week, Christmas this week. So looking forward to it. A little bit of a short week this week. So kind of a short series here on trading psychology. We've had some requests on this, so we're just going to do a brief series this week on it and cover a couple of concepts. And hopefully, maybe eventually, we're going to have maybe a special guest on again to talk about trading psychology a little bit more and maybe expand on some of these issues or concepts and maybe get into a little bit more of Mark Douglas's book, The Trading in the Zone. But today we're going to talk about a few different concepts on trade, or this week we're going to talk about a few different trading psychology concepts that we have all suffered from, and just kind of talk about maybe some ways to avoid it or to manage it. And so today we're going to be talking about FOMO. So what does FOMO mean for any of the new traders out there? Fear of missing out. So FOMO, that's when something is going up, right, and you missed it. Right, or we missed it, whatever the case is, and we really want to get in, but a lot of times we do it, or it's breaking out, and we're like, okay, now I'm going to get in, and then it reverses, right? That type of thing. So we're going to talk about that a little bit here today. But before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Do-do-do. All right, awesome, awesome, awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look and see where we left off with the market here today, and then we're going to take a look at the futures and see what they're up to or down to here this evening, and what might be going on and might be setting up into tomorrow morning, and then we'll go through the topic, and then we'll take questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, so SPX today down 14 points, but it really feels like it was up about like 100 points today. Really, the S&P futures total range from overnight to end of today was 128 points. Amazing stuff right there. Weekly chart again, they bought the dip here. So again, it's the weekly chart starting to show up a little bit of a hammer right here. Daily chart, okay. So I redid the wave count since the market wrap video. So basically, what we're looking at right here is a potential Wave 2 pullback, sub Wave 2 pullback. We were looking at going into, if you guys remember the Elliott Wave show from last night, we were looking at a potential 1-2-1-2, and potentially working its way up here, but we pushed down below the channel here, but we did bounce off of this geometric line, right, that connected these two candles right here. So a big bounce off of that level right here, and this low did not take out this low right here. The low here was 36.3340, and this was 36.3648. So Wave 2, remember, Wave 2 does not cross over the start of Wave 1. So what we're assuming here is this is sub Wave 1, this is sub Wave 2 pullback right here, and we're going to see if we can work on a Wave 3 up, and we're gonna go from there and see if that wave count pans out. Now, we did bounce off this level right here, and we did close off the ADMA, so there is kind of a bullish sign here for the market, so we'll see how that goes here today. But what a dip today, and what a dip buy, right? So let's take a look at the intraday price action right here. So again, you can see, very, very cool. Right, nice bounce, right? So we flushed here at the open again. It was pretty tricky, right? Because we had this big gap down from the futures coming in today. We'll take a look at the futures in a moment, and you can see just that big push down right here is like, wow, is this thing going to keep going down? And then nope, they reversed it back up, right? And it was actually a pretty strong reversal today, and it just kept on going. So it's pretty cool. It came off of a couple key levels. Let's take a look at the levels here that we provide to our members. So you can see here, big deal. Right, so this is why we put these levels on here. That not only was it a major pivot level right here, but it was also a closing gap. Right, so there was a gap down here. Right, so this is one of our closing gaps, and we often see reversals off of those levels, and we got that here today. Right, so nice push off of that, and again, just continue to be strong going through the levels until it got to its volumetric levels, where it pulled back a little bit, and a little bit of a push into the close there on the SPX. So let's take a look at the ES and show you what happened here overnight. So it was what a drop overnight. So I was a little bit worried that they took the majority of the meat off the bone over the night, and then they bounced it pre-market pretty considerable, right? It was like, oh wow. So we had that going on, and then we had this sharp down move at the open, right? So it was pretty cool. Gave us a quick move down here, consolidated at one of our support zones, right? You guys look at it, some people call it supply demand zones, we call them signal zones. So a little bit of a support zone right here, broke through the prior geometric level, hit the signal zone here, right? Continued to work its way up, and then it got into a couple key levels that we look at on the futures, and we finally reversed off of our drop zone from the day before, right? Which is kind of cool about it is, right, if you look at Friday, right? So this level is a really important level, right? It was that crazy breakout there on quad witching day, right? We actually tagged that level. We came back to it last night, and then we flushed off that level, and we got back to that level again. I was like, uh-oh, what are they going to do with it? Oh no, they're going to come off of it again, and then they kind of came up. So we're really hanging out in this zone. This is a very, very important level. So let's see how that holds going into tonight. Ideally, right? So for the bulls, right? We'll see if we can break out right here. See if we can get out over that geometric line and see how that goes here. And then we're kind of getting tight right there. So let's see how that goes into tonight. If we break over these levels, we'll see if we can continue to work on that potential subwave 3 to the upside. So good stuff. So let's get to the topic here. So this week we're talking about trading psychology, and today we're talking about FOMO. So FOMO, again, for anybody who's just joining right here and doesn't know, FOMO is the fear of missing out. It happens all the time, right? Because the market is always making impulsive moves one way or the other, right? And when we see an impulsive move, a lot of times, or if we just see something that just keeps on grinding its way up, like the S&P futures did today, wow, you start to look at it, okay, well, it's a decent dip, dip buy right here, guy here, and then it keeps going. Wait a second, maybe it got a little profit right here. Wait, it keeps going. Oh no, it keeps going. Let's see if it gets out up here, and then let me try it right here, and then it reverses, right? So that's the fear of missing out, right? You start getting anxious, right, about a trade that keeps on going, and you didn't get a position, right, or you sold too early, right? So the fear of missing out happens when these things keep going and they start really ripping. So how do you avoid fear of missing out? Well, again, there's a couple rules that you can make for yourself, and a couple things that I do, right? So one of the things is that I've just kind of learned is just don't buy the high of the day, and don't short the low of the day, right? Even though you can get some momentum moves, if you've moved this far already, don't be the person shorting right here. Look for a setup, right? So you have to have a system in play, right? Whether you're using Elliott Wave, whether you're using indicators, or whether you're using Fibonacci's, or whatever the case may be, you have to have a system in play to get you into the trade, and you have to trust your system, right? That is super duper important, right? And if you miss it because whatever reason, maybe your system didn't set up for you, or you had a wrong wave count, or whatever the case, you have to be able to let it go, because if we continue to chase the lows and the highs, or we just try to get in, too late, right? It's moved so much, and we try to get in too late. It just is, then that really hurts the account, right? So, and really, the most important thing in trading, right, is to preserve your capital, right? And then from there, it is about taking the right setups and the highest probability setups you can, and to bank your gains, right, and not try to force things, right? So very, very important stuff. So this happens all the time, right? So it happened today on Apple, right? So I mean, I got FOMO today, and so Apple was a nice dip buy opportunity here today. And again, there was a couple I was focusing on Facebook, and Facebook gave a nice reversal as well, so it's all good. But you kind of come back, you look to see what stocks are doing throughout the day, and you look at Apple, and you're like, wow, this thing's still going, right? And it's already coming up to the 15-warp high, and here it's like, okay, well, now I'm going to get a break. This thing's really going to go. But the key is you have to look and see where it came from, right? So just because, I mean, look how much it traveled the entire range of the day, right? And so here I was like, I was thinking about getting in, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. Why would I do this at the high of the day? Why? So it helps to train yourself to do that. You have to have your levels that you know in play, and you have to look and see where it came from to where it's going, right? And you also need to make sure that you've got a system in play that's gonna help you, right? So what we look for is we look for pullbacks, we look for retraces that make sense, right? And we look to trade those instead, right? So that's the idea right there. So the concept is something's really moving and breaking out. Eventually, it's going to pull back, right? And the point is, even if you miss the trade, right? The whole point of trading, right? If you're in it for the long time, in it for the long term, right? You're not going to try to make $1 million on one trade, right? So it adds up over time. And if you miss a trade, you just got to let it go. There's going to be more setups. So there's going to be more setups in the future. It might not be the next day on Apple. It might not be, for a while. Right now, Apple, we ended up pointing this out as having some relative strength in the close, and could turn into a nice swing trade. So we've got potential swing here. So that's actually working out well. So I'm glad I didn't take this and possibly take a loss on it. I'd rather be in this overnight, right? So we'll see how that goes and see how that opens in tomorrow. So really, really key stuff right there. But again, like I said, the key things to hammer home in is to notice when you feel like you're missing something, right, is to be able to identify. Notice when you're feeling FOMO, right? The whole thing about trading psychology is to identify it in your own consciousness, right, of what's happening, right? So you have to be able to see that, hey, I'm feeling this, right? And this is an important notion, right? And so when you do that, you need to start to identify these emotions, and eventually you start to get more methodical in your trading, and you realize that that's the case, right? So in this case here, if I thought I was getting FOMO, right, I would wait for a pullback, or I'd wait for a consolidation that makes sense, or a breakout, right, or a key breakout, right? So here, we actually did get one here on Apple at the end of the day, right? We had a nice bull flag right here. And we got a nice breakout here with volume, and it followed it, and it's obviously got some nice follow through to the upside. So to chase it right at the highs of the day or at the lows of the day is very, very challenging. It's very, very could be detrimental, especially when it's already moved a lot, right? So again, identify the feeling. Start to hone your strategies to around that, so you can look for the right setups, so you can correct that fear of missing out behavior. So anyway, good stuff. All right, so that's all for FOMO for today. So that being said, if anybody here has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those into the chat window. We'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. Remember, guys, it's a short week, so half day on Christmas Eve on Thursday, and Friday's off for Christmas. So we've got that going on there. And again, I appreciate everybody for tuning in here this evening, and I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday too. So good stuff there. So I got one. Shirley sent a few by email. I'm just going to put those in here. Okay, good. So good stuff. All right, let's take a look and see what we got going on out here. All right, so Michael, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Laser. So Laser, let's take a look at that one and see how that today. Whoa, what a move on that, right? So nice push on Laser here today. How's it looking on the daily chart? Looking pretty strong. Okay, so good move right there. Great volume, right? Nice breakout here below the downward trend line. Again, keep an eye on Laser to see if that's ready to give a little bit of a move here. Again, nice strong breakout right here. Let's look to see if it gives us any opportunity going forward for more upside. Yep, golden bounce. I know you talked about it, the golden zone bounce off of the inside day. Then we had that decent close on Friday here over the ADMA, and beautiful follow through on Laser today. Nice stuff there. And a Harami cross. You gotta love it. After hours, great stuff. And still moving after hours, or a little down a little bit after hours there too. So good stuff. Oh yeah, and then after hours Qs. All right, so guys, so the big news at the close, the reason why Apple is up so much, right, is there's some rumor that they're working on some autonomous vehicle stuff, possibly making their own cars. We'll see how that ends up playing out. But anyway, that really helped the electric vehicle sector, right? These battery names, QuantumScape is a big battery company right here. So that had a big breakout candle here today. Now, granted, this one already started to break out, right? So it already broke above its upper trend line, had a great candle on Friday. Today's a nice close. Right, big volume, and after hours it is up as well, right? So that's Apple's helping a lot of these names here with that type of news. The only one it's not helping is Tesla, because they're thinking it could be competitive with it, right? So you have MViz too, again up a whole point after hours on this one for Microvision. Yeah, good stuff on that too. Nice one on MViz. NNDM, let's take a look. Yep, big move there too. Big candle today. Keep an eye on that one. See how that goes. CRSP. So yeah, upper shadow on that one, a little bit of caution there, but up a lot after hours on Crispy. So it was up a little bit after the close. But yeah, that's a crazy name right there. Wow, expensive. So good stuff there. And then PAC-B, let's take a look. Pacific Bioscience, yeah, another upper shadow on this one too. Up a little bit after hours as well. So good stuff there. And then SWI, let's take a look. SWI with an inside day on SolarWinds. Again, the solar name's again pretty strong here. That's also up after hours too. And then FireEye. Yeah, SolarWinds another one. Yeah, this is a big one right here. Again, pretty strong close here and up again after hours. This is one we looked at, but we preferred Apple at the close. So, but that was a nice push right there too after hours. Let's see if we can follow. Really, really crazy stuff here on this name. This thing did nothing like forever, right? Just choppy, grindy action, and then boom, right after they got hacked. So anyway, cool stuff there. I love it. So ZK, yeah, FireEye we're looking at right there, and then Vuzi. The Vuzix. So yeah, big inside day on that one. That is also up after hours as well. So see if it takes the inside day up. And Goldman Sachs, again, upgrade. Not an upgrade this morning, but again, don't forget, guys, a lot of these banks were strong after the hours on Friday, because the Fed loosened restrictions on stock buybacks from big banks, right? So Goldman Sachs obviously benefited from that and had a big push up this morning. Nice retrace right here. Kind of worked its way up again. Another retrace and kind of worked its way up again after that. So again, big candle on that one. We'll see if that can continue to get some upside. And then Fubo. Yeah, so Fubo, I really like Fubo, guys. This was a nice move here today. It does look like it gets some follow through. This one did have a little bit of crazy volatility on it, so not one to chase here. Here's your breakout candle. The day to get long Looks like it was potentially, yeah, I mean, today would have been an interesting one. So we'll see if we get some follow through to the upside on that. See how that goes there. Good stuff. Mano, what's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at ASAN. Asana. Yeah, so decent bullish engulfing candle right there. I like the rising ADMA. Not a lot of volume on it, but let's see if we can break over those highs and see if we can keep going on that one. So James, what's going on? You got Fomo and Domo. I love it. So yeah, this thing really broke out pretty well right here. Right, here's your bull flag with an invisible flagpole. Right, see this right here. Right, nice breakout to the upside, strong candle, pause day, and then up, and then the gap. Yep, so I understand. I understand the FOMO. I love it. Andrew, what's going on? IPOC. I love it. This thing too, huge move today. Again, big move intraday today. Again, right there, boom, huge move. Big upper shadow there to finish the day, so a little caution there. We'll see if we get any follow through going in tomorrow. But nice stuff. And HAACU. Okay, another SPAC. So there we go. So yeah, nice little doji sandwich up there. Looks like it's ticking up after hours on that one. Good stuff. Yeah, my pleasure, Andrew. Thanks for tuning in. Michael, thanks for tuning in. Awesome. Yeah, you can't overlook. I'm telling you, it's so important, right? So, like, the big things about it is, I'm not sure if I hammered home on it, but the real big takeaway this week is going to be is understanding your feelings, right? When you're trading, if you're anxious, right, you need to start understanding why, right? If you're elated, right, you need to understand why, right? If you're really upset, you need to understand why, and you need to be able to manage it. We're humans, right? We got to be able to control that. So it gets better over time, right? You get methodical, you get a good setup, right? You have a high probability of it, right? And your wins outweigh your losses, and it just works out in the long run, right? But the idea is it can be really detrimental for new traders, especially traders who are starting out and start leveraging too big on their positions. It can really hurt right away, right? So it helps to get that mindset right, and identify those feelings, right? If you get really super duper happy about a trade, a lot of times that's when the trade's about to end, right? So you just have to kind of remember that, right? So it's a good place to raise stops, right? Or even consider taking profit. And then you start getting that feeling like, well, what if it goes up some more, right? That whole type of thing. You just got to stick to your plan. That's why it is always important to have a plan and stick to it. I love it. So, son, what's going on? Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks. Yeah, Energy Insane. It's good. I'm drinking my sleepy tea, too. Delicious chamomile, so good. Anyway, good stuff there. So Creighton, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, QS, just epic up, a huge candle today, big push to the upside, and just wow on QS, incredible stuff right there. Edit, yeah, this is another one too. Again, Editas Medicine. I think isn't this like a genome like type name? Anyway, big triangle breakout, right? Nice pennant right there. Okay, intraday action, right? So that's why it always helps to have the daily chart up to see what it's doing, right? But big breakout candle today, huge volume, and great follow through. A little bit of a pullback there at the end of the day, but a strong move on that one today. Great find. GRWG, Grug. Okay, this one keeps going, guys. This is probably the best of the pot names these days. So this one just is like run steady, right? So good stuff there. TMO. TMO still in that crazy little bull flag-ish type area right there. So let's see if we can get back to the top of it again. CRWD, again, great follow through, right? Nice candle on Friday, good breakout, good follow through today. I love it. ZS. Let's take a look. Yeah, ZS again, still continuing to work its way up here. Nice breakout of the pennant right there, and a strong, decent close today. Let's see if we get some follow through on ZS. Chewy, our trade of the week from last week. So we finished up on Chewy last week, gave a pause down on Friday, no pun on the pause, and then continued to push up today. So some good stuff there. Piton again up after hours on acquisition news. It's not acquiring, it's acquiring something else. Now normally stocks go down on an acquisition, but I think this looks like they got a good deal on like this hotel name, exercise equipment stuff. So they're just increasing their presence in the space, and it wasn't really expensive for them. So good stuff there on Piton. A, B, and B. Incredible, right? 172 hit the IPO highs and kind of pulled back off of it there today. Again, continue to watch those. IPOC again, big crazy move right there, big volatility, so pretty wild there. Magnite, again, really interesting one right there too. Decent close there today. We'll see if that gets some upside follow through. SPLK. Splunk, look at that, finally broke out of the range. In fact, it did it a couple days ago. Right, give us a little pause today. Let's see if it can work its way up right there at 200-day moving average. I like that. Splunk finally making a comeback. I love it. So eventually that happens. I was expecting maybe like 30, 40 days on that one. Good stuff there. Hubs with a little bit of a move to the upside, looking good. CVNA, Carvana, Yeah, nice engulfing candle there today. So let's see if we get some upside. A little bit low volume on it, a little caution there. EMPH, again, the solar sector, again, dips continue to be viable on this name and these names, and may continue to be as well. And then SSPK with an inside day today, another SPAC. So good stuff there. Woohoo! Appreciate it. Nice. Yeah, my pleasure, Creighton. Thanks for tuning in. And Michael, you cut J&J bottom almost to the penny. What a reversal. Hey, look at that. And right off of a good level here, right at the scene of the breakout from the other day. Great find on J&J. Nice close today. Let's see if we can get any upside follow through on that one. Yeah, nice dip buy. There was a lot of interesting dip buys today. So good job on that, man. Nice job. Good. James, so if we do charts, NVIDIA looks ready. Let's take a look. So let's take a look at NVIDIA. Yeah, so NVIDIA, pretty good stuff right here. Now, here's your macro geometric line, right, from here to here to here, right, here, right? So it's looking pretty good right here, but what I like about NVIDIA is that it really did. It held its pre-market lows nicely, and it's starting to get strong again. Again, I like the volume, right? It's not as much as Friday. It's okay, because Friday's volume was a quad witching day, so it has more volume than Thursday, right? It's looking pretty good. Let's see if we can get over the 50-day moving average. Again, we really want to see this thing break out. I need to adjust this to right there. Okay, so just off of the Friday highs are there. So let's see if we can get above this 50-day, get above this geometric line, get us some volume, give us a breakout, and finally maybe see NVIDIA get going again. So good stuff there. I love it. And then to avoid FOMO, just lose a lot of money, and then you're in mentality trained not to chase. Exactly. That's how I learned it. So good stuff there. And then and don't marry the trade. That's right. Exactly, Michael. I love it. So hilarious. Good stuff. What else? Missed something right there. Creighton. Yeah. So you got VLDR. Yeah, big move on that one today too. And again, this was a big mover, guys, on that Apple news. Big breakout candle right there. So let's see how it closes tomorrow, so we get some more upside on that one. I love it. Yeah, SDC was beautiful. We wrote about this in the newsletter this weekend. Again, beautiful triangle breakout on Friday, and then today just some great follow through. And I love how it closed over these levels right here. So let's see if that can get some more follow through the upside as well. Cree. If not, we'll definitely keep it on the radar. Cree again, big upper shadow right there. So a little bit of caution off of that one, and then SI. Let's take a look here. SI with a big upper shadow right there. So a little bit of caution there too. So good stuff. So Michael, so who mentioned your traders become a legend? If you're just curious. Yeah, I mean, in terms of trading, I mean, there's a lot of folks. I've traded with friends, and really, it just takes like James said, it just takes losing a lot to learn a lot, and it's a shame, right? It's kind of like unfortunately, it's the tuition that a lot of us have to pay, right, to get better at trading. But if you really like it, there's something to it, right? And there's a system to things, and there's a chance to get high probabilities, right? That's where the real training comes, and that's why I formed my group, so I can help people avoid a lot of the pitfalls that I went through, and that's why I do these free series too. It's sort of like a goodwill project, I guess, for everybody, just try to help and get some ideas out there to help people avoid some of the pitfalls that I've been through too. So because it's not fun, right? You need some it helps to have some guidance, right? So we got that too. So Son, what's going on eBay? Let's take a look. So eBay, again, interesting pullback right there, right? So let's see, we talked about this last night. We were looking to see if we could give a nice little retrace. Again, gave a nice breakout recently right here. So here's your 618, your 50-day moving average. See if we can hold right there and get back out of the cloud on eBay. So nice stuff there. And Shirley sent a few via email. So Shirley, again, hope you're doing well. SPOK, a great breakout out of the range right there. Looking good, right? Nice close right there. Let's see if we get some follow through the upside on that one. JP Morgan, again, the bank's pretty decent today, but watch JP Morgan with the doji. Okay, let's see how it holds. It could be a doji sandwich, but doesn't really anything big before. Morgan Stanley was one of the big ones, and Goldman Sachs, a couple of the more of the investment bank type names, and those had some pretty strong moves there today. So let's see if those get some follow through there. And then Chegg. Nice double doji up with some good volume. It closed over some fresh levels right there. Looks like it's fresh highs. And so let's see if that gets any follow through the upside. And then Billy. So Billy, still working its way up there too. So again, bullish to proven otherwise. Good stuff. Flip, what's going on? PLTR, let's take a look. Yeah, so Planeteers, the Planeteers. So again, this was tough. We debated this last night on the with Paul on the Elliott Wave show, and Paul was looking at bullish. So you got to give Paul some credit on this one. He did like the retrace on this one. Looked at bullish. So some members in our group did well, especially in the Elliott Wave channel on the PLTR. I was waiting to see if it was going to work on the Wave C pullback, but again, that's a nice breakout candle out of this triangle right here. Let's see if we can get some more strength on PLTR. So good stuff there. SMD4S, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Present and accounted for. Good stuff. Mookie, what's going on? AMD, again, recent decent pullback right here today. Again, I was hoping to see a little bit more strength toward all-time highs, but it's now bouncing kind of off of the golden zone. So let's see if AMD can get any more upside. Other than that, Ryan, what's going on? ARWR. Let's take a look. ARWR, yeah, nice engulfing candle there. Big bounce off of the ADMA there today. Run, again, slower names generally pretty strong right here. Not a real breakout candle, but it looks like it's getting close to trying, right? So you got this here and that last pivot right there. Let's see if we can get up above there with some volume and then see if we can make a little bit of a run for it. And no pun intended on that. And then beyond, closing below the ADMA, but still range bound. So a little bit of caution off of that one. And then CRSR. Let's take a look at that one. So Corsair Gaming, again, yeah, nice engulfing candle off of that one too. Looks like it's up a little bit after hours as well. Again, Michael actually pointed this one out originally right there of that breakout. So yeah, it looks like it's starting to get going again. Nice stuff there too. Merit, what's going on? Let's take a look at Edit. Yeah. Again, crazy candle day, big pennant breakout there, nasty upper shadow, but keep an eye on, see if it's like an inside day and see if we can keep going. And then, Bob, yeah, Nike, again, the gap and go that just never really happened. It did give a little bit of a bounce at the open, right, which we like. We talked about this in the bubble report, right? Watch your pivot levels right here is a major level right here. We bounced off of that a little bit, right, for a little bit of a move here. We got through here and just couldn't get that, just couldn't get going, right? Couldn't get any volume. Look at the volume, was just so nasty there, and then just blah for the rest of the day. So seems to be out for the count a little bit, but we'll keep an eye on it. Again, nice gap on that one too. Preach! I love it. Good stuff. KC, what's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, PLTR looking good. Starting to set up. We just looked at that. So, again, definitely see it. See if we give a nice close on that one tomorrow. James Staley, Baidu. Yeah, Baidu. Oh, nasty upper shadows, but a huge move at the open today. Again, this is a big breakout recently, right? So that that definitely started to work its way up there. Again, big electric vehicle news, and then a big push at the open, and then just blah for the rest of the day. So nasty upper shadows. Again, these upper shadows starting to get a little bit concerning. Starting to get a little bit concerned about this. So it seems like it's finding a little resistance up there. So anyway, so we got that going on. ZS again, we'll see if it gets more fall through the upside. I know all those upper shadows exactly. Nvidia. Premium getting there, right? Let's see if we can break out above that geometrical. Yeah, I know exactly. It's just crushing it right there over the last exactly. It's been crushing it. So we got that. So we'll see if we can start to break out on Nvidia now. Roku again, fresh all-time highs on this one. We'll see if we continue to keep going. Again, just dips have just been continue to be viable on it. Square with a little bit of a shooting star candle on there. Nice find on that one, Jamin Kali. What's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in, Logi. Yeah, nice bullish candle right there. It's a pretty green one of that. I haven't looked at this one in a while. Yeah, nice candle on that one too. I'd like to see a little more volume than on the Thursday candle, but it's hanging in there. And SPT, Sprout. Hey, look at that one. Cool. Yeah, so nice little bounce off the ADMA there too. Again, kind of at the top of its channel that we've been tracking for a while. Good stuff. All right, nice. Yeah, glad Creighton brought you here. Good stuff. Thanks for making it. I appreciate it. Yeah, and then Run. Creighton's great. And so Run here right to the geometric line. So let's see if we can break out above that. See if we break out of those levels there too. Crazy light. All right, so you got Mara. Let's say like, wow, yeah, that's a big breakout candle on that one too. Ooh, down a little bit after hours. It's even again, that's just a big breakout candle. Again, that's why we don't chase the breakout candles, right? And then Riot. Yeah, big push on that one too. So let's see if I can move too. Yeah, you got the super crypto crunch. I love it. Good stuff, James. Disney off the ADMA. Yeah, hanging in there. Looks like it's working on that invisible bull flag, right? So we got that going on there. And Jerry, what's going on? Amazon. Let's take a look. Amazonius, back to the triangle, right? Retested that triangle range, a little bit of a bounce right there. I mean, Amazon, guys, maybe it's a little mini bull flag kind of working right here. So just gotta keep an eye on that too. And it just needs a breakout, right? We just haven't seen a breakout candle on it yet. So this is what it is. Well, we did. We got this breakout candle. We just haven't had any follow through on it yet. And we actually took out those lows today too, which is kind of interesting. So we got that go to Rocky Tesla. So Tesla inside day. Welcome to the S&P 500. I don't know. I feel like Tesla's lost some of its luster now that it's with the S&P 500. I don't know why they wanted to be on the S&P 500 so much, right? It was fun when it was on its own. But I guess it's, it kind of did its thing here. Now it's controlled by the masses. So we'll see how it goes right there. Inside day here today, holding the 80 MA. Let's see if we can get an inside day breakout. I'm sure Tesla will still be Tesla again one day. So let's see how it goes there. Replace Stream Creator. I love it. Yeah, we got the lightning round. Yeah, except here we look at charts. He looks at companies. Oh, it's a good company and all this. Just tell me if it's a good chart or not. So Bob again, decent bounce right there. Decent bounce on Bob. Paul talked about it last night on the live stream. He said, it looks like it could be good for a go, and it really did make a nice move there today. So good stuff there. And Bob Solo. Yeah, Solo hanging in there, right? So we just haven't had any good volume breakouts yet. So again, inside day up, and just didn't get any volume off of that. So let's just kind of keep an eye on it and see if it gives us anything. So good stuff there. And Neil, yeah, let's take a look at Mr. Softy, Microsoft. So again, yeah, great break. I mean, Microsoft was FOMO today too. I mean, just straight FOMO today. But beautiful, right? It did give some confirmation, had some nice volume right here, and there was an opportunity to get in this one. I just didn't trade it. But beautiful candle day. We're still contained by this larger geometric channel right here. But again, nice move, nice impressive move on Microsoft today. Not a breakout candle though. So good stuff. And then John McCauley, let's take a look here. You got Uber. Let's take a look. And Uber, yeah, decent. I mean, really, honestly, remember, Paul liked this one last night as well. So, wow, really just we nailed a lot on the live stream last night. So, yeah, good engulfing candle on that one. Back over the 80 on Uber today. So, good stuff there, too. Impressive. So good stuff. We'll see if we get any follow through on these. Great charts tonight, guys. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Looking forward to continuing our conversation on trading psychology this week. And so, again, guys, if you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube. And whether you're new here or not, please hit the like button. It goes a long way. Even if you're watching the recording, we still get those likes and we always enjoy it. So, good stuff there. Creighton, DKNG. Let's take a look at DKNG. Yeah, hanging in there, right? So it's holding on to the 236 from the from those prior lows right here. But if we look at it here from the recent breakout candle, we are a little bit of a bounce today, right off this golden zone, right off the 618 off of that last move up. So yeah, so we'll see. It's back over the geometrical. We'll see if we can get any more strength on it, which would be great. So good stuff, guys. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in again. If you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube. And be sure to check the links in the description. I hope everybody has an awesome evening. We'll see you bright and early for the Good Morning Market Prep video on YouTube. We'll see you on Twitter, and everybody in the group. We'll see you in the bubble report and in the stream. So I hope everybody has an awesome evening, and stay healthy out there. Remember your risk first, and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.